Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the week of February 14th. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Aquarius, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Let's see what we have here for you. Now, just a small percentage of the people who watch my content are actually subscribed. And so if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so we're gonna be doing Celtic cross spread here. All right, so let me make sure everything is in view. We're gonna take 3 cards to clarify as we go along. And something a little bit different this time, we're going to take a few oracle cards here that I've pre-shuffled. I've pre-shuffled the decks. And so, all right, looks good to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the 4 of Cups. So 4 of Cups, this is all about potential boredom and apathy here that's present in your life. And so it says that be very careful when you get the 4 of Cups that you are not missing out on opportunities that may be right in front of you due to some sort of, I don't know, challenging or difficult situation that you may feel like you find yourself in. I say feel like because boredom, this person is bored. Boredom is a challenging energy because to me it sort of leads to a victimhood. Because it's when you're bored, many people ask like, oh, why aren't I having fun, or why aren't things going well? Why am I in this position? All of those sorts of things. But really, boredom is your own sort of, you've put yourself in boredom, right? And so that's my thing on boredom, right? And so just be careful that you are not missing out here on this opportunity that is being provided to you by the universe. And notice the birds in the background here as well. I feel like I almost never pick up on that, but it's almost like it's time to soar, is what I feel like telling you, Aquarius, as cheesy as that may sound. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling with this 4 of Cups. Let's go ahead and put that right there. Make sure everything's lined up here. All right, good enough to me. Cool. And so in your overall position here, in your current sort of situation, you have the 7 of Pentacles. So many of you here are focused on your long-term financial situation. This is actually a pretty good card to find for finances generally. It does say that you have a harvest available. Okay, this person has spent a long time growing this tree that now is providing them with some sort of harvest. And as you can see that with the basket here and the ladder, they are contemplating as they look out sort of to the distance, they're contemplating, do I take my harvest now or do I allow it to grow a little bit longer? And so this can represent a directional change, a shift in directions for you, in that for some people with the 7 of Pentacles, they may metaphorically cash in on something in order to go somewhere else. Again, not financial advice, but you know, this idea of cashing in on something in order to start something else. Or they may allow their harvest here to grow a little bit longer or grow indefinitely, right? And so it's a pretty good position to find yourself in when you get the 7 of Pentacles. It does indicate that you've worked very, 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 very hard, like extremely hard for this. And with that, it can say that perhaps there is a job that is not fulfilling you anymore. There may be a job that just feels like hard work when you get the 7 of Pentacles. In the problem position, this harvest here, this hard work that you've been putting in, this may be eating away at your happiness a little bit. The 10 of Cups is one of the happiest cards to find. It's this feeling of having all 10 cups overflowing and like, you know, the feeling of an emotional windfall. It's also family energy. Some of you may have family expectations as well. I'm gonna stop messing with the cards here. But some of you there may be expectations being placed on you from family in some ways. So that could also be showing up here as well. And I almost feel like maybe some of you are looking to escape from something that feels like too much work. But let's go ahead and see what that may be. Now, in the past, you have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is all about like not being able to see the direction, not being clear on something. And this can represent like some type of interference, mental interference even potentially, that you may see here with this Two of Swords. And, it can say that perhaps you're even restricted in speech or unable to sort of find the words to a problem that you may be facing here at this time. And so with this Two of Swords in the past, I feel like some of you are maybe trying to get clear on what to do with this harvest here, or what to do with a long-term situation at this time. And I do feel like maybe some of you are spending time going back and forth, like in a period of indecision. In the future, that's about to change because you have the Death card. Now, do not be afraid of the Death card. This simply means that there is transformation on the horizon for you. Yes, there's a change. There's a change coming. When you find the Death card in the future, there is no question about that. But nowhere does it imply that it has to be a negative change, or that there's literal death and dying or impending doom in the future. That's not what the Death card means. It means that you are going from the caterpillar to the butterfly. You are undergoing a transformation in your life. And I do feel like some of you here, this looks very good. You have double aces here showing up. You also have moving on. You also have, which we're going to get into in a second here. But what I really like is I feel like some of you are going to decide to stand up and get out of this situation here of boredom that you may find yourself in, Aquarius. Now, on your conscious awareness, on your thoughts, you're moving on. That's what I was saying just a second ago. You're moving on to calmer shorelines, and you're moving past maybe any sort of conflict or defeat in your life. And, this can represent transitions happening in your life, big transitions here with the Death card's influence as well. So going to a new place here, and this may even feel like a rite of passage. The place that you're going may result in a sort of, let's say, new Scorpio. Sorry, not Scorpio, Aquarius. I keep wanting to say Scorpio for whatever reason. It's because this Death card is the sign of Scorpio here. Scorpio is all about transformation. But Aquarius, I know I'm talking to Aquarius here. You may even feel like where you're headed is towards a new place at this time, Aquarius. And in your subconscious, what you can't see or the hidden, you have the Ace of Cups here. So the Ace of Cups is a big card for you to find, Aquarius. The Ace of Cups is about some sort of happy new beginning happening in your life, some sort of feeling of happiness here showing up. It can come forward when a new relationship is maybe forming with somebody. You may find a romantic interest or anything like that. This could certainly be what's happening here with this transformation. I'll tell you what, I don't get a lot of love energy, even though we are looking at the Valentine's week. And it's funny because all of the signs I've done this week have not been about love. Yeah. And so, for some of you, this Ace of Cups is going to present itself as a happy situation in some other area of your life. This could be a good project that you're looking to start, a creative venture or something like that going on here. And, I feel like you're going to move away from this issue around happiness. You're going to move away from the issue, and you're going to embrace the new and the new happiness that's coming in here. So let's go ahead and move towards the staff. So in the future, where we are headed, in the direction that you are headed here, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Five of Cups. Now this person is sitting in disappointment. They are maybe a little bit sad. And look, this is what happens when the Four of Cups spills over into the Five of Cups. When you do not work through this boredom, when you do not get up and get away from this feeling here, you spill into the Five of Cups. And so for some of you here, this may even show up as depression. Okay, I'm certainly not a mental health expert or, medical professional or anything. So just realize that. I read tarot cards on YouTube, so just realize that. But I do feel like maybe some of you are a little bit down at this time, and you could be making this transition here. This could be the transition that you're making. Some of you are going to, I feel like, maybe get real with yourself and say, okay, it's time for me to stand up and move on. In your external influence, you have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is a very good card to find in the external influence because the Page of Wands represents good news arriving. And as this is the external influence, this is what's happening outside of you. This is what you cannot control. So you're having good news being delivered here. There could even be an opportunity or an offer that comes in out of nowhere, because the Wands is sort of the suit of, in some ways, like spontaneity. And it can also, this Page of Wands in particular can represent a download of information coming in. So you may just like get a, an insight or a divine inspiration here on how to work through whatever feelings that you may be struggling with at this time. In the hopes and fears, you're hoping for success. You're hoping for a new beginning. You're hoping for a victory here with this Ace of Swords coming in. And you're hoping for maybe a clearing of your mental process, which is really what the Ace of Swords talks about. But you have double aces here, which is a big victory. It's always a good sign to get that. And so you're hoping for something to come in. I also think that some of you are going to take action, and you're probably not going to wait around for the universe to have to deliver it for you. I think in taking action, many of you are going to get the answer that you are looking for, and that may come in as a result of a download, but again, it's after you take action. In the outcome, you have the Hanging Man. So the Hanging Man is all about letting go. The Hanging Man says that something's got to give. You got to give something up to get something else. And it says really what the Hanging Man needs to do is they need to get out of their period of being suspended here and start free falling. And in fact, I love when I get the Death card with the Hanging Man, because number 12, the Death card, the Hanging Man, number 12, needs to embrace the transformation of number 13, the Death card. And that's why these cards come one after the other. So for you, you're moving away from this period of whatever's going on here, and you're moving into something new. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. Let's go ahead and see what these three cards are. So I love this. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups, and in between those two cards, yes, you have the Tower. So in this case, what is going on here, Nine of Cups is about a wish coming true. Nine of Pentacles is about financial independence, abundance, and both of these cards can represent success. They're both extremely positive cards, extremely good cards to get. So with the Tower in the middle, guess what? You're having a revelation on how to acquire these sorts of energies. And there's going to be like a thunder and lightning mode that comes in here that says, whoa, I know exactly what I need to do now. And so I really love that for you. Some of you here are making a big transition. I think some of you are having a deep revelation, a deep insight on whatever it is that you need to do to work through a situation that may be leaving you feeling down and out and for whatever reason. You also have perfect timing, know, and reconsider. Okay, so I do see for some of you here, you're making this transition, and this transition may involve you saying no or letting go of something. And I do feel like this is, again, there's this element of divine timing here at play with perfect timing, the Page of Wands, the double aces, and now this energy, which is very cool. I love to see these three cards for you here. And then let's go ahead and pull these. You had a bunch here that wanted to come forward. So let's see if I can get all of these in view here. So you have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions, as well as Father Sky, trust in the unknown. So this is about trusting here, Aquarius. This is about trusting what you know, moving forward with your intuitions, moving forward with success, and getting out of this period of being maybe bored, getting out of this period of maybe indecision, and really going for it. So there's something big coming in, and it looks very, very good for you. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.